Well, good morning. It's that time again, ladies and gentlemen, for us to have some good sit down fireside chat talk about you and me and us becoming more healthy, staying healthy, and maintaining that health. This is the Stop Wasting Your Time.
Let's talk about it
show. I'm Mr. 1% Unlimited Thinker.
And I'm James the Trainer.
All right. What you got for us this morning, James, before I get to talking?
So I want to dive a little bit more into mental health and how exercise can help with that. We want to talk about health, but we're making sure to incorporate all health into this show.
Okay.
So, mental health, physical health, and how they work hand in hand. We all know that exercise helps with a lot of things. Helps with your self-image, your self-esteem, helps with stress and stuff like that. Did you know that exercise can help with other things as well?
Tell us about it.
So, mentally, exercise is not just for aerobic capacity and muscle size. Regular exercise can help profoundly impact depression, ADHD, and other mental instabilities that may happen over time. Something may happen to you as far as PTSD. Within the next few weeks, we will be diving into maybe a couple little things that exercise helps with every episode.
All right. I'm looking forward to that breakdown. So you basically going to tell us like one at a time and give us some great detail of it. Is that what you're going to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I didn't get all my 8 ounces this morning, so I got to drink a little bit of this. Well, I want to talk this morning about something. Over the last month, a few of my friends have been talking about how the flu has overtaken them, you know. And what I've noticed that's worked for me is ginger water. This is what ginger root looks like for those of you who may or may not know what it is. Most of you probably do. But I want to give you a demonstration this morning and a suggestion of you to add to your eating or your whatever your daily drinking so that you can end up with the result of ginger water. Now, I don't know on camera if it looks clear, but that's not really clear. It's kind of got a brownish, tannish look to it if you were able to see it. But what you do is you begin with, this is a smaller piece, but at least this size of ginger. It's already been pre-washed with baking soda. And you just begin to cut it in pieces like this. You slowly cut it in pieces until you get enough to where you can put it in spring water or purified water. Get a gallon pot, and you just make sure. Can you smell that ginger smell, James?
I can smell it the second cut.
It's very strong. So what you want to do is take these pieces, put it in a gallon pot of water on your stove, drop them in there, let them come to a boil, bubbly boil. Once you see that occurring, remove the pot from the stove, pour it off into some container you already have available, nothing plastic, but in another metal pot or something that will hold that to cool it down. And then you put another gallon of water in there with that same small amount of ginger. Let it come to a boil. You end up with 2 gallons of ginger water. And what I find is done for me, it builds my immune system through the winter months, which we don't really have them in Florida, but wherever you go and it's cold. But when everybody else is getting sick, you walking around healthy.
Now, one interesting thing that Mr. 1% brought up is I personally do Wash my hands. Wash my hands a lot to keep from getting sick. I'm glad you brought up the fact that people are getting sick right now. I've experienced it. Like some people around me are getting sick and stuff like that. While everybody's getting sick, I want to encourage everybody to wash your hands regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you see somebody sneeze, wash your hands. Every time you think about somebody sneezing, wash your hands. I actually don't do ginger water yet, so I'm glad that you brought that up to us this morning, as well as I personally do apple cider vinegar. That helps with building your immune system, and I also supplement with vitamin C.
Okay. I take vitamin C. I have the chewable tablets.
Okay.
But this has been the one that has helped me move through. And I've been in places where everybody's sick. It does not faze me because I drink my ginger water. I'm going to give you one tip why. Because ginger is so multiple beneficial to us. But one thing it does, it builds your immune system, put like a safeguard around it. It actually heightens your resistance to sickness. And I'm just talking from experience. And I've been doing this for the last almost 3 years now. Even if it tries to start with me, I double up on my ginger water every day. Normally I'll drink 8 ounces. But when I see the flu season, like you can see, I'll probably drink this amount in a day.
Okay.
But what that has done is always kept me resilient. I never went down because of flu or anything. So I'm excited about that, and I thought I'd just share with you guys. Again, this is my disclaimer. It's working for me. All bodies are not created equal. Find out if you're allergic to ginger. Some people might be allergic. I don't know. I'm just saying. So, but I just wanted to share that portion today about that. Now, you said something about exercising. You're going to share some type of exercise today?
So I'm glad you brought up resiliency. So exercise helps with your body being more resilient. The body builds muscle, and what that does is allow the body to, one, move more efficiently and use those muscles that you built. But what that also does is build up the immune system where you can fight against things like the cold, the flu, things like that. Stomach bugs that are going around. Definitely.
You know, and I will continue to say this. You got to also be monitoring how much rest you're getting.
Yes.
That's another thing. I fight for 8 hours a day. I don't get 7 to 8 hours consistently laying down, but I break it up sometime according to my schedule. However, the body knows you're giving it enough rest. Example, some days when I know I have a very dynamic schedule, I will make sure I'm in the bed no later than 1 a.m. Now that doesn't necessarily give me 8 hours when I'm getting up at 5:30 in the morning, right?
Right.
But as soon as I finish those early morning appointments, because I have my own coaching system, I'll come back to my home. I'll lay back down for another 2.5, 3 hours. Sometimes I only get 4 hours. But somewhere within that portion of the day between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., I get that other 4 hours. And I always practice power naps, at least 1 or 2 a day. Most times just 1, but I make sure I get those other hours to make sure within a 24-hour period, I get that 7 to 8 hours of rest. And I promise you, your body will love you for it. So you have any comments on it?
No, that's another good point. Exercise helps improve your sleep. Sleep helps with your mental capacity as well. The more sleep you have, the more rest your brain gets, and it can function a lot better the next day. If you don't get moderate sleep, that's why we wake up sometimes fuzzy, or how someone may tell you, did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Exercising more helps with that as well. So, just to recap of what we talked about today. within the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about how exercise helps with mental health, with things like stress, mental capacity, PTSD and trauma. It heightens your self-esteem. We talked about ginger and how we can make our own ginger water and how that affects your immune system and how that keeps you from getting sick, or is one of the things that can, once you start to feel it coming on, one thing that can help you fight that off. How exercise helps with sleep and also your mental capacity in your brain and thinking.
Yep. And I don't want to forget this, what I'm getting ready to say. We didn't talk about our whistle this morning.
We did not.
You are supposed to blow this whistle. First of all, get you a whistle. This is one of those more elaborate whistles, a metal one, you know, it lasts till I leave Earth. But you don't have to buy the expensive one. You know, you can just buy a whistle. And for those of you who are new viewing our show, we're asking everybody to buy a whistle for their own accountability. As soon as you get out of the bed in the morning, go take care of your personal life in the bathroom, grab that whistle and blow it and say, I'm taking on the day. It's a representation of your motivation, of how much you care about you. Because I always tell you guys, you're so valuable, you don't even realize how valuable you are. Not just for you, but for the people who are looking for your leadership. Did you say you're not a leader? Everybody's leading somebody, good or bad. I promise you. I can prove it. Depending on where you go, to the gym, your office space, whatever recreation you do, be it playing pool or what have you, there's at least a few people who like seeing you come.
Truth.
That's leadership. They see something in you that they admire. So you need to take care of yourself. And it has to become a lifestyle habit change. I will always say that. It cannot be a diet. Once you reach a goal on a diet, you go, okay. Your mind say, all right.
Right.
No, but if it's a lifestyle habit change, it's part of who you are every day. You look forward to it. You see the development. You begin to look better and better and better. For me, example, before I start really getting heavily focused 4 years ago on my health, I was wearing an extra large. Can you imagine that? Me wearing an extra large. I am now in a small. This is a medium, it's too big. It doesn't fit well anymore. I am now in a small. I never expected that, but I feel so much more energized. I feel so much more healthy. And, you know, folks, it just takes time. But all good things are worth working for. And you're worth that. Well, we've talked enough today. Unless James has something else.
I don't.
Well, this has been the Stop Wasting Your Time.
Let's talk about it.
And I'm going to leave you with the email if you want to email us and ask questions before the show. info@stopwastingyourtime.org. info@stopwastingyourtime.org. Go on and be healthy. Take care. You need to stop wasting your time doing things in life that just don't matter.